Holy crap! Wow! All right, here we go. We're coming up on our destination, Old Glory Harley-Davidson, here in historic Laurel. Dealer. This is where I bought my bike, my Street Glide Special here. I'm gonna go in. I've got a surprise for you. We're gonna have some fun today. While we're here, I'm gonna pick up a quart of oil for this bike. It is a little low on the dipstick. I called and checked, and they said, "Oh, come on over, grab a quart of oil, you'll be fine." Harley says you can burn a quart every 1,500 miles or so, and it's been about 3,500, so it makes sense that it's down just a little bit, but it's not the danger zone.
Notice these are yellow.
Yep.
These hashtags, we're not on. See, it says press start, press the start button. Notice the green now.
Yeah.
We're live.
Okay.
So get all the throttle and just move it back just a little bit.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. No clutch.
There's brake,
Yep.
no clutch.
No
Look at that. That's the first thing I noticed, and it's the weirdest thing.
It is. You don't have a clutch. That means your brain can do other things. You don't have to worry about come up to a turn. Do I downshift? Do I upshift? Do I feather? Nope. Pick your line and go.
Cool.
I'm like, okay.
All right, so we're going to start out in rain mode with a couple of laps around the dealership to get used to the bike, and then we're going to get out on the road. Whenever you're ready, boss.
Follow me.
Will do. Oh, this is so weird. It's silent. Boy, that throttle is smooth. Oh yeah. Feel the steering. You too. I think Steve's just happy we're getting him out of the dealership for a few minutes.
So my favorite thing about this job is riding bikes.
Absolutely.
So these bikes will not wheelie, they will not stop you. They have too many electronics to keep them on the ground. But power brake, watch. In a second. Follow me.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Our official test ride is beginning.
All set?
Yep.
Well, we got a light, come on.
Holy crap! Wow! This thing is amazing! Wow! Oh, that torque! So, first thing, that clutch not being there is the wildest feeling. I am so used to having a clutch on a bike. This is wild. First impression, I'm gobsmacked. That torque is, oh my God, that's addictive. So, there's tons of torque all over the place, even at normal speeds. I have no idea what RPMs this thing does, but whatever it is, it's tuned to like 7 right now. And if I go into sport mode, oh, okay, so the regeneration, holy rip. You crack the throttle open, that thing goes. And then as soon as you roll off, you hit 0 and it's like, okay, hitting the brake. Oh my God, all right, we're in rain mode. Oh yeah, immediately docile. We're gonna go back into normal mode, and then we're gonna play in sport again. We're in sport mode. Holy rip! Look at that. He's getting squirrely with it. Whoa! Boy, that throttle's addictive. Is this what sport bike riders feel? Ah! Alright, turn that back. Okay, we gotta go back to normal mode. There we go. Okay, we're in regular mode now. Whoa! Even in regular mode, this is bonkers. Wow, those brakes work good. Okay. That's so cool. Yeah, I think he's got some seat time on this bike. What do you think, folks? Comment below. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he's in sport mode, you can tell. All right, one more time. I gotta go back to sport mode. We're gonna go back to sport. We can catch up in a heartbeat. Oh, it's so weird to not hit the clutch. There he goes. But the handling, nice and sharp. Turn-in is good. Steering's a little on the heavy side, but it's still not bad. Completely manageable. Squigglies. I cannot imagine how many bugs I have in my teeth right now. Line adjustment is just super easy. Roll off the throttle a little bit, and it uses the brake regeneration or the motor regeneration and just slows you down a little bit. Looks like one of them pulled the other over. What happened to professional courtesy? I can tell you one thing, it's going to be weird getting back on my street glide after this. It's definitely going to feel weird. There's got to be a little adjustment. And again, I keep reaching for that clutch. All right, we got to go back into sport mode. That's too much fun. All right, I need to win the lottery so I can buy one of these. This is too much fun. I can see why people get into electric bikes. Anyway, so the range is 146 and 95 city and then combined. I think this bike weighs about 500 pounds and you can feel it. It feels good. Oh yeah. Road mode has a good balance of power delivery and regeneration. You weren't kidding. Sport mode's a lot of fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Effortless.
It is effortless.
Easy to ride.
Oh my goodness. You could almost ride this thing with just your right wrist.
Yes. Yes. Because of a short wheelbase and a little rake, and it handles like a monster.
Oh yes. I am not even using the brakes at this point. It just slows down and it's like just cruise right through the corner. I am white knuckled right now. I'm just absolutely white knuckled. That was so exciting. Wow, I get the appeal. Kickstand up, power switch on, yellow lights, hold the button, they turn green, sport mode, good to go.
All set, bro?
We're all set.
Let's have fun.
You too. We're gonna do another loop. That was too much fun. We get to do it again. What a beautiful day. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, here we go.
Turn the corner, straighten up, tuck and pull.
Whoa, Nelly. Okay, he's got bigger cojones than I do, friends. That regeneration is so cool. That is just so neat because as soon as you let off the throttle all the way, it really just slows it down. It's like really strong engine braking. Before we went out on a ride, Steve was saying that the regeneration in sport mode feels like a Jake brake. Same thing, except this is an electric motor doing it. backup. Good gracious. Wow. After, what have I been riding? 20, 30 minutes? You get used to the throttle and the brake's pretty good. And sport mode doesn't feel as ludicrous anymore. It's still bonkers though. I mean, you just breathe on that throttle too much and that bike jumps forward. Yeah, I do not want to end up a tree ornament. So I'm going to keep it sensible, but I'm still having a lot of fun. So anybody that trail brakes, sport mode, letting off the throttle, is it's like trail braking. Now the handling on this bike is surprising. It feels so nimble. The turn-in is nice and sharp. The steering lightens up nicely when you get on the throttle a little bit. This bike will teach you how to be smooth on the throttle, especially if you keep it in sport mode. Speed hump. Oh yeah, those brakes are real good. These are actual Brembos, they're not Harley branded Brembos. It soaks up the bumps real nice. You know, I was so excited to get on this bike, I didn't even adjust the mirrors, but you can't see anything anyway. You're paying attention to what's going on out there. Yeah, with proper planning, you can actually ride this bike with just the throttle. Just leave it in sport mode or set up the custom user mode to have max regeneration, and then roll off the throttle, come to a stop. Roll on the throttle, go real fast. That's about as simple as you can get. And isn't that the idea behind motorcycles? Is there simple, fun transportation? That is this bike. The essence of motorcycling, electrified. I think that should be their tagline.
A little more feel for the bike.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah, the more you ride them, man, the more you just instinctive the way it's going to handle.
Oh yeah, these things really get up and go.
Dude, it's like pull the trigger. That's why it's like when we straightened up, tuck and pull.
Yeah.
So you just tuck and pull and just hang on.
Thank you so much for getting us out today, Steve.
You're welcome. And this is adjustable depending on your rider.
Oh wow.
Or you can adjust the screen. Everything's adjustable.
That is so cool.
Glare. It's got the 4 program modes already, and it's got 3 programmable modes.
Okay, so 3 user modes.
Yep, you can set it for, you know, high acceleration, high traction control,
high regeneration.
High regeneration. You can just put everything on 100% and go.
It's like an Apple iPad with a bike hooked to it.
It is. What everybody has to remember is this is, yes, a Harley Davidson. It's not a cruiser. It's not a touring bike. It's a sport bike. So are you going to go cross country on this motorcycle? Sure, absolutely, why not? But it depends on how comfortable you want to be.
And how many charging stations you can find.
How many charging stations you can plot out.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you know that the Long Way Up production crew had Rivian trucks, which are all electric, and they were leading Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman, and they installed charging stations all the way up their route to California from South America.
Is that what they did?
And they left them behind. So you could literally retrace their steps all the way back south.
Awesome. This is the battery. This whole thing is battery. Comes with a 5-year warranty. Since 2004, like all Harleys, the motorcycle itself comes with a 2-year unlimited mile warranty as well.
Awesome.
Right.
This is cool. So what kind of shocks does it have back here? It has shows, okay.
Rebound and dampening.
Oh wow, fully adjustable.
You can do the same in the front.
And the same on the front. Okay, so it's got shows front and rear.
Inverted forks like a sport bike should have.
Yep.
Right, LED light.
That's nice, LED headlight.
Keep in mind, guys, no clutch. No gear shift.
Oh, you know what? I never even noticed that while I was riding.
No gear shift.
Oh, I'm totally gonna wreck my street glide on the way home.
It's got a linked ABS brake system, traction control, vehicle on hold, tire pressure monitoring system. It's got Harley's reflex defensive rider system. Yeah.
Thanks again to Steve for getting us out here on the bike.
Right on.
If you enjoyed watching this content, come out and see Steve at Old Glory Harley-Davidson.
Right on.
Take care, everyone. Thanks again to Steve for taking me on a test ride of the new LiveWire. What a fun motorcycle. The LiveWire is electric. which means it has a ton of torque at low RPM. And that means it's a lot of fun. People that say it's not a traditional Harley, they're right. It is not. This is not your father's Harley. But it does follow the Harley ethos. I see it as a Harley because it's got all the Harley controls. It's got the Harley low-end torque. It just doesn't have the noise and the mess of an internal combustion engine. But what it does have is character in spades. What a ton of fun to ride. Steve is definitely right. The LiveWire is a sport bike sold by Harley Davidson. So you're leaned over where the tank would be on a normal sport bike. And more weight is on your arms, which for a cruiser guy like me, got a little uncomfortable, but it wasn't too bad. Your knees are tucked in and up. You're not splayed out like on my bike. I had a blast riding that bike. That was so much fun. We went on 2 loops. We played in all the different modes, and they all change how the power is delivered. Probably the most uncomfortable thing about that bike was how tight my hands were gripping the handlebars. Because I tell you, that's a white knuckle ride. You're getting on it, the bike just goes, and you're holding on for dear life. That is something else. That's a whole new level of motorcycling. It's got that TFT display with a ton of modes and stuff in it. But the nice thing is, it's set up to go right out of the box. You just hop on, adjust the mirrors, and go. You don't have to mess with any of the settings if you don't want to. You can just leave it in normal mode. And it remembers which mode you were in even after you cycle the ignition. That's pretty cool. I'd like to see more car manufacturers do that with their sport, comfort, normal drive settings. The more I rode it, the more comfortable I got leaning it over. And it was pretty confidence inspiring. Those brakes were excellent. So we spent about an hour on the bikes. We did about 45 miles. My final synopsis is it's just whee like a roller coaster ride. And so easy to ride. The learning curve, there wasn't really one. Once you realize there's no clutch, there's no gear shift, you're just cruising along, enjoying the scenery. I implore you, go riding. Man, I love my Street 5, and I love V-twin, but that LiveWire, that's an electric Harley. That's not just an electric bike, that's an electric Harley. Go ride one, it'll probably change your mind. And Steve is very professional. He's thorough, he explained all the controls nicely, explained the different ride modes. Tell him John at Road Reality sent you. Until I see you again, keep the shiny side up.